Ooh. Well, I could do this on camera. Yeah, I'm gonna record that. What's up, everybody? I'm Roadblock. This is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends video. I have some just absolutely bonkers news to reveal to you guys. And I wouldn't even blame you if you were to call BS on it, straight up. But I mean, all you have is to take me on my word about it. But you're just not going to believe what happened. So let me get these set up real quick. Doot. And the other one. So earlier today to complete, and this was like before reset. So the summon 3 champions. I was like, well, there's a 1+1 right now, and as you do during 1+1, you pull the shards that you would get the 1+1, right? On my free to play, I got this. This is from I uploaded the screenshot to Discord. I guess I could just pull up the original screenshots. I don't know why I'm doing it via the Discord ones. But yeah, so we got this, right? And that was on the free to play. So over here on the free to play, that's what we got. You'll see Scorid, and then that's the new one I got, and then Glycia. right? Then on the main account, I was like, well, it can't happen to me twice. So I wasn't recording for this, and I'm super upset that I wasn't recording because I wanted to pull shards on my main account in today's stream. This is what I got on the main account. Again, I just pulled 3 shards before reset. I was like, well, if I'm going to open shards, it might as be for 1+1, build my Mercy maybe, which really wasn't a thing anyways. And then both of them hit. And this one was Dracul and Deliana. And that was on the main account. So just a terrible day for me. First of all, the pulls were bad. Second of all, completely wasted potential content for you guys to see. So, not great. But I have something for you guys. So, spoiler alert, if you're seeing this video, this went well. But I'm not even going to wait for more people to show up in the chat. I'm going to pull this. And we're going to see what happens. So, here we go. Yeah, okay. Well, that video won't come out, but... What is going on, Brad? How are you? I know who you are now. You're Red Light. I'll set my Siege stuff up this weekend. I've already got one set up right now. What did I set up? I think it was one of my... Oh, yeah, it was this team. I need to make sure that I've... Oh, let me do the blessings. We'll do the... Yeah, let's do the blessings on my... My bullet. By blessings, I totally mean masteries. Forgettable. I just got home from work. Happy to see the Leafs score a goal. Yeah, I'm obviously not watching hockey right now, but we don't play till Saturday. Hurts me. Hurts my soul, man. Been waiting so long for hockey, and I don't have to. Now I have to wait even longer than everyone else by 2 whole days. That's nuts. And their last preseason game was like, well, no, I think they'd had one relatively recently. Bullet. Free Walker raid. Let's see here. All right. Decreases when this champion hits with a default skill. I mean, that will be pretty good. He's not... He has a... Yeah, I'm actually going to go Cycle of Magic. I mean, this is probably better, but... Extend his decreased defense. And then we're definitely going Eagle Eye, because we're going to need the accuracy on him. I don't need him for damage, so I'll go Resistance. Yeah, that makes sense. I kind of want to make sure I get the counterattacks, so he could potentially stun someone with his A1. I don't think he does any shielding, but... Okay. That's good. Very good. Delay death makes sense. And then counterattack. Okay. I want to make sure everyone's built in that. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Yeah, should be an interesting year. Might see some new teams in the top 3. Titanic. I managed to hit the 1+1. Not good champs. Second Sill and Korogar. Titanic, I don't know if you're in the Discord. Did you see what happened to me? What's up, Comp? How you doing, bud? You just saw? Yeah. Um, I have had better nights, man. I'll be real. So, well, sorry. Let me back up just a smidge. I've actually my day was very rough because I was dealing with a lot of like anxiety type stuff. But I got it all resolved this evening, and I feel much better. However, I don't know if you saw this in the Discord or not, but in my infinite wisdom, before reset, I decided to pull 3 ancients, but I wasn't recording. So on the free to play, nope, that's not the free to play. It kind of gives it away a little bit, but on the free to play, I got this. Congrats on the Korogar. I think Korogar is amazing, Titanic. What's up, JJ? And then on the main account, I was like, well, it can't happen twice, right? I was like, so I'll just pull these 3 ancients, and then I'll pull the rest on camera. I was going to pull shards for you guys tonight. So that's been my night. I mean, I can't complain. I got 4 legendaries tonight, but none of them were on camera. Oh, the power in your house is off. Are you in Florida, I assume? Oh yeah, I got a blessing on him too. We're definitely going intimidating presence on him. I'm sorry to hear that, JJ. I have been in situations before where we lost power for more than 24 hours, and it sucks. It's the worst. We had when we first moved here, we had a situation like that, and we ended up having to go get a hotel. Cause yeah, it sucks. But I hope that it comes back on soon for you, and that you can get kind of some semblance of normality back. I really do. Yeah, I'm glad you're safe. I agree. Are any of these defense only? Wait, is that a choke? It's not quite. Oh, it is a choke. That might be a reasonable spot for me to post up, but let's look for some defense only ones. We should minimize them as we go if they're not defense only. And just keep the defense only ones. 16's been picked, so I'm fine with that. So post 12 or post 5? Post 12. Where's post 5? First one. Yeah, I don't think, because they'll just ignore it, so there's no reason to do that. But post 12 is a bit of a choke that I might be able to hold some people up with. Like, that's a pretty important choke. And I can get a benefit from this magic tower because it's repaired. Speaking of, let me make sure I repair. Alright, I already spent on that. Let's do it on the free-to-play. We should be getting a boost to our Florins soon. They talked about that recently. Yeah, so boom, boom, boom. I think I went with him too. I feel like Torment is probably the safer bet, so I'm going to go that route. And we'll do that. It was a reasonable choke there. What's up, Vodka? Vodka, I got some news for you, man. JJ needs to get a generator for these gaming emergencies, yeah. Our best member takes 2 starting points. No, I'm not against taking starting points, but my concern is that if these starting points are relatively smaller, right? It doesn't necessarily make sense for me to take, cool, they never go past post 5, but they blast through post 3 and come to everything except post 5. It just doesn't make sense. But then at the end, they can beat them, yeah. You found a better clan. Congratulations. Vodka, so before, and this was off camera, before reset, I pulled 3 ancients. Actually, no, I pulled 2 ancients. I hit this, and then I pulled a mystery shard. But yeah, I hit this off camera. Then I was like, well, it can't happen twice. So on the main account, I pulled 3 ancients. And again, it was 2 ancients, and then I got a mystery shard. But it's so ridiculous. Like, they're bad pulls, and that's fine. But I don't even get to make content out of it. You know what I mean? Thank you, Matt. I just wish I could have made content out of it. That's all. And I was gonna pull all of these ancients on the main account because I just don't care about ancients anymore. And there goes my plan for tonight. Yeah, I pulled my remnant as well, which I probably should have saved that. I was just doing it for content. I didn't get anything. It was an epic. But I don't care. I should not even content. I should have saved it. I was recording when I pulled the remnant, by the way, and then I just not keeping it. But I should have saved it to pull during like a champion chase or something. Two remnants and you got Carnage, yeah. I've never pulled anything from a remnant. I have, because I don't kill Amius on hard. But I have gotten another Mikage from Primals. Oh, well, I mean that's a better situation. I feel like, Matt, right? If you pull it before you get the free Mikage, like that's fine because then I got my Mikage after getting my Mikage, and I'm not mad about it. And I probably should have kept 2 copies of Mikage, but I went ahead and ascended my Mikage, so it ended up being pretty interesting. But I'm gonna do some live arena while watching. In 4 minutes. I mean, good luck. Try and get as many as you can in. It's the only. Oh yeah. If I end up moving, and I'm not committing to anything, but if I end up moving, I will be in a different time zone that should theoretically allow me to participate in more conveniently in live arena. Because let's see. So live arena. It's like 2 a.m. So yeah, it would be like midnight for me in my new time zone, and that's fine. I could do midnight. Not this one. The one that this one would be like the middle of the evening, like dinner time. So probably not on reset, but I could do it later on in the evening. That's just my biggest holdup. I want to get into it. I love it. I'm not good at it, but I love it. All right, I do want to do. So what did you guys think? For those of you that are here and have watched my video, I know it was a little bit long. What did you guys think about my? And I understand that not everyone's going to agree with me, but I wanted to know your guys' thoughts on my take on the Hydra stuff. You missed it. Not sure I saw your take. Oh, you know what? Let me test something for you there, freak. I don't know if this works. It does. Look at that. Let me make sure that link works. It does. Okay. So I mean, overall, I'm not gonna say like I love the nerfs or the buffs or whatever you want to call them. But I think it was necessary, and I think that people are overreacting a little bit. And I don't mean that to insult anybody who does feel that way. I think that it is a very intimidating look. It doesn't seem like it sounds a lot worse than I think it would actually be for a lot of players. But I had some people in my comments, and I feel terrible for them. But their clan, they've had several people leave their clan already, which I feel bad about. Yeah, that sucks, Matt. I'm sorry to hear that. You were already starting to build the team. I'm glad that I held off on it. I was getting and not in a bad way, but I was getting pressured to build the team, the Yannicka team, and I'm glad that I held out on it. I really am. I just hope my Demon Lord Wix team. I don't believe that it will break, Matt. And the reason I say that is because the limit, I assume, is going to be 2 million in shields per character, right? Like your one character can't gain more than 2 million shields in the game, period, dot, right? So if that's the case, and you look and you look at the amount of damage that Clan Boss does in those higher stages, I don't think he can do 2 million. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I believe I've seen his caps. His cap, rather. The loud, so this is coming from Twitch. The loud people are absolutely overreacting. I think the adjustments are very needed. And I agree. I think the adjustments were needed. I think that what the thing that upsets me the most is that I feel people that are newer players, lower level players, free to play players are feeling like they will no longer succeed in Hydra, and I think that's incorrect take. Objective observer, how many shards did you pull on your free to play? I pulled 2, and I got double legendary off camera, and I'm super upset about it. A shield of 2 million is actually quite ridiculous. Most shields are 20 to 30% HP, which is about 20 to 30k. Players need to think on that for just a second. Yeah, well, in reference to the Infinity team from Wixwell. And again, it's only a cap. There's no limitation on how fast you get to that cap. It just says you can't go above 2 million. But if you think about how much 2 million in shields is, I don't think the Wixwell Demon Lord team will be broken. I do not think it's broken. I think it will continue to work because I know if they broke the Demon Lord, I would have quit. I would have probably Watcher of Realms. What's up? There's a sponsorship right now. I'll go take that. Like, but yeah, objective observer. I got super. It was just ridiculous. So I pulled before reset. I went to pull 3 ancients to complete the dailies. Because when it's a 1+1, it's like, I'll just whatever. I'll throw away 3 ancients and see what happens. And I hit. Nothing good, it is what it is. But then I was like, well, it can't happen twice. And I wasn't recording, and I went on the main account, and I got this on the main account. And so, overall, bad pulls for me. But it was just ridiculous that it not only did it happen twice, but it happened on camera. Because on the main account, I was going to pull all 52 ancient shards that I had at the time. And now I'm down to 50. That's what I'm saying, Titanic. I don't think Demon Lord can hit for 2 million damage, right? Well, so the concern isn't that he can hit for 2 million damage. The concern is that he can hit hard enough to where you can't recoup the shields. But I think the way that it would work, because it's the shield that the power, like the longer Wixwell is extending and buffing the shield, the more, right? Like you're just, so eventually, even if Clan Boss does 300,000 to your shield, Wixwell probably will add another 6 million, but only 300. It'll just go to the cap, and then he does another 300k, and then you're just boop boop boop. You're just restoring the damage that he does. So, gonna pop my 3 and see if I can double up too. Well, good luck, Matt. He can still outpace Cab. Then what? 3 blue foods. I'm sorry, Matt. Yeah, I assume he will still be able to outpace Clan Boss's damage. I think the reality is, because each shield is 1 million, so as long as he doesn't do more than 999,999. But we'll find out, won't we? I think if the Wixwell Clan Boss team is broken and a lot of people will quit, they'll fix that. They can't afford to lose that. Because I would be one of them to be. And I know that's. I mean, okay, would I really be one of them? I'm not gonna cross the. I'm not gonna like fully commit to that until we come to it. Because I do love this game, and I don't know that I would find something that would scratch the itch. And I have content creation to think about, right? But that would be the straw for me. Because not only because it would impact my free to play, but also on the main account, I built a Wixwell team a couple weeks ago. So that would be very, very, very painful for me. All right. What do I want to do? Oh, let's do. Okay. I kind of wanted to make a video about and just show my full team. Right? Like this is my normal clan boss team. Now, I am a free to play player, right? And with this team in the past, I have been able to hit 140 million damage. Or sorry, points. Points. Right? Technically it was also damage because I used that team on normal. But man, people should have played 5 years ago and tried to build a 70.3 million Ultra Nightmare team. It's so easy today, Wixwell or no Wixwell, compared to years ago. So I didn't play back then, but even, yeah, it is, when I remember struggling before I unlocked my Myth Food team, and that really changed it quite a bit for me. They have walked back bad Hydra changes in the past. When they put that horrible HP destruction in and everyone was pissed, they rolled that back. Yeah. Yeah. So, honestly, straight up, if I was Raid, because like the taunt change was unnecessary. And if I was Raid, people are going to be mad, and this is like sketchy to be honest with you, but if people are going to be mad, make this do what they did, right? Hey, we're gonna also completely remove the taunt mechanic and make all these taunt champions garbage. Oh, you guys don't like that? Hey, we got you. We won't do that part. Taunt champions can still be useful. How's that sound? Hey, everyone's happy? Cool. You forgot about all those other things that we changed that made you mad? Cool, because we gave you something back. I would, it's like take more than what and then when everyone complains, you give some of it back, and then, I'm not saying it, I'm just saying that, if you're delivering bad news, deliver worse news, and then just be like, oh, actually, just kidding. Here you go. 5 years ago, I had to wake up in the middle of my sleep to hope there was health left so I could get my clan boss damage. Yeah. I never had to experience that, but I have heard about it. The taunt change was really bad. Yeah, I think it just doesn't make sense, right? Like, you released statements, people thought it was a bug, and then they're like, no, it's working as intended. Okay, cool. So this is a way to evade a mechanic in this fight, and it's not easy to keep up taunt. Like, you have to have high speeds, I assume, and potentially even cooldown reduction, because I don't think you can buff extend it, and so it's not exactly like the easiest thing in the world to keep taunt up. Yeah. And I think people are. Here's my thing. A lot of the comments that I've seen are that people feel like taunt is somehow targeting lower level players who were using it to not get their heads eaten, but just run damage. And I mean, look, it's easy for me to say that, I guess, but I don't really understand that argument. Like, I don't run. This is why I say this stuff, right? Because I have this team, and I free all my heads when they get eaten. Like, oh, you got eaten? Cool. You're freed now. Like, they just have to build a stronger team instead of like a team that never gets eaten but doesn't do any damage. You just build a team that gets eaten but you do damage and you free those champions. I don't understand, you know. I think, and this is just me making assumptions, I think they probably nerfed it because if taunt still worked, it would have been necessary now. It would have improved taunt champions tenfold because of the new way that the eat mechanic works. What build is on your rat? I think you mean the rabbit. I can show you my rabbit build if I know where to click. So he's super squishy, which is the only reason why I bring a reviver. But 35k HP, 4300 attack. That should be higher. 232 speed, 100 crit rate, 262 crit damage. He is not, because I do want to land the debuff, the leech. So he's not really built. If you know what, maybe I should get away from this and just go full damage. And just say, like, I don't care about landing the leech. Just get a lot more speed and damage on him. But yeah, this is what I go with. He's super squish. It would not continue when I eventually level up Thor. That's Turbold. When I eventually level up Thor takes his place, in my opinion. What's up, Skydoodle? And that's on the free to play. Because Thor brings the decreased speed and hits like a truck. I lose the increased speed if I bring Thor. But I could also use Thor instead of Newt, too, if I wanted to go that route. I think Newt might be pretty essential, though, with the changes they made, to be able to, free people that have been eaten and to break heads a little faster, too. But we'll see. Right, we'll all be experimenting, but I kind of wanted to make a follow-up video to my other video because I feel bad. Like I feel like I'm crazy. Like I feel like I can clearly see that these nerfs are not the fire and brimstone that a lot of people are saying they are, right? And I'm not talking content creators, I'm talking comment leavers, I'm talking, Reddit posts, everybody is into, looking at the downside here. And what I've seen one valid argument, and that was a clan that cannot kill hard. Only their clan leader basically kills hard for them, but barely. And so now, with 500 less turns and all the nerfs, he will no longer kill hard for his clan. That does suck. Here's my argument, though. My counterpoint, I'll say. Killing hard the only benefit to killing hard is double chest, right? The only people that really need double chest from Hydra are people that still need Mithrala, in my opinion. Yes, you're getting less stone skin and protection gear, which is very, very good gear, and I'm not dogging on that. But if you're not able to contribute to hard within your clan, you probably don't have Mithrala, and that to me is why I think that killing hard would be important in an early clan. But these nerfs were for Hydra Clash purposes. And like people are like, well, I can't do 60 billion damage anymore. Yeah, but nobody else can either. You know, like I don't understand this mindset. And Vodka made a good point about um Vodka made a good point that as long as I can still do my 1.2 billion, right? And that's a valid argument. Like you need if they don't change these numbers and people can't achieve them, that's a bigger deal, right? That's a bigger issue. Same with these numbers. If people can't achieve these numbers, like that's a big deal. That's a big issue. But the people that are mad that they can't do 60 billion damage in Hydra anymore, what do you need to do 60 billion damage for? Like, I don't understand. You need to do that to win Clash, but you only need to do that to win Clash because everybody else that you're competing against can do 60 billion damage. If that gets cut and the most you can do is 6 billion damage, newsflash, so does the other guy that had the same team as you that did 60 billion and now does 6, right? Like I just don't understand. I feel like that the super end game portion of it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I don't get, maybe I'm not understanding something, maybe I'm not comprehending a certain part of it, but there isn't any reason to do astronomical amounts of damage. So then when you go to the other side of it and the arguments that I already mentioned of people that can't kill hard, that does suck, and there's really nothing, you know, if that does happen and that ends up being the case and that player can no longer kill hard for their clan, like that is a negative drawback to these changes, and that sucks. But my hope is that if your clan can power through this tough time and you get one or two or three more people that can kill hard, that can do hard, and you know do the 20, 30, 40 million on it, well now all of a sudden, you know, you're going to get there. So hopefully that ends up being the case. To me, double chests are a priority. I mean I agree, but it happens, right? Like even this past week we failed to kill Nightmare, right? And sometimes it happens where you don't have the damage for whatever reason. It could be a plethora of things. People didn't get the right affinities, or people didn't run their keys at all, or you know their team failed and they forgot to go back and do it. I mean, you know, stuff happens, but um and we may have a hard time killing Nightmare moving forward. So, but yeah, I think that the part that bothers me is it's, you know, we don't need to be doing crazy amounts of damage for this content. And so I'm fine with the changes. I I do have two things that I think would have made a lot more sense, and one of them's not mine. My original thought for heads under the 75% damage reduction, my original thought for that was make them unkillable. Not block damage, but unkillable. And the reason I say that is because you accomplish the same goal. Why do you want those heads to not immediately die when they respawn? Because you want players to do mechanics. And this is what I was trying. I don't think I did a good job in my video. And this is why I want to make a follow-up. But the Trunda team, as it stands right now, just doesn't do mechanics. Right? Now, this particular team kind of does, because it's not a good Trunda team. But if we look at the Trunda team I demonstrated from Vodka's team, they're not worried about Poison Cloud. They're not worried about bringing burns or provokes They want decreased speed so that the heads don't come back to life, and they want all of the buffs that they can put on their nuker to make her do as much damage as possible. You don't even need decreased speed? Okay. And so the problem is that they're ignoring mechanics. So now you want to make them, you're going to force them to do mechanics by saying, okay, well, now you can't kill these heads before they get a turn because we're going to give them entire block damage. Who does that punish? That doesn't punish these teams, because this team is not going to die if they get a turn to do a mechanic, right? Even if they place Poison Cloud, I'm pretty sure I can probably be fast enough to play, and with cooldown refreshing, to just get block buffs on everybody with Lydia's A3. But if they do, so these teams aren't necessarily punished, at least not as painfully as the teams that need that extra 25% damage on heads that have respawned, right? But if you make them unkillable, you keep the 75%, but make them unkillable, Trunda doesn't kill all of them. So now those heads still get a turn, and they could place Poison Cloud, and they can place, they can clear all of your debuffs, and they can steal your buffs, and there's all the mechanics that you're trying to avoid. They would be able to still do without punishing the teams that can't break through that need that extra 25% damage while the heads are alive. Like, those are teams that aren't going to take that head to 0 HP, but they might do a couple 100,000 to it, We'll all adjust, and this too shall pass. I completely agree. I feel bad, and this is coming from my comment section. I feel very bad about the players who are losing clan members and friends, right? Like, people are quitting and leaving the game, and they're making this the end of days. And I think what frustrates me is that this is the vocal part of the community. Like, the people who are screaming the loudest are the ones that are super angry, and this is scaring everybody and making people quit because they believe that it's true. Because if everyone's saying it, well, they must be right. Hydra's ruined. My team sucks now. I quit this game, and I feel bad. I don't like to see clans falling apart and people losing friends and stuff like that. So that's the part that really made me sad, and that's why I made my video. Like, 100%, my video wasn't about views. It wasn't about subscriptions. I did mention that stuff, but that's content creation. But my video was there to be like, hold on. Like, that's why this is the thumbnail. Is like, wait, it's not that bad yet. And I don't think I delivered a good enough message on that. And I feel a little bad about that. They did say they're going to fix that siege red dot at some point. All right. Let's take a... So what did he final speed end up at? So he's 337. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is the second fastest champion on my account. I could sacrifice some accuracy, I think. I wonder if I have... damn. What about equip? Since I can't use her yet, that would make a little sense. You know what? This would make sense. I don't... Oh, these make way more sense. If these ascend well... HP. Alright, but we need to make sure I have gloves to go with it. I don't really want to take off of anybody here. I don't have a lot of attack percent gloves, so... Okay. I don't think I'll be able to get the speed boost from it. What about regular speed boost then? My phone is about to die. I can't watch you. I'm sorry, JJ. Stay safe, man. Hopefully you get power back soon. And I hope that overall everything works out in your favor. Alright, but do I have speed on gauntlets? Yes. Alright, let's go fitting room. No, she still needs to be a specific speed. But these ones I can use. We'll take them to 16. Yeah. It's a lot of accuracy lost, but I do think... The Demitha ones. These ones would be reasonable to take too. And they're a lot faster. I don't use Venomage for anything. And they has accuracy on it too. The speed I gain is negligible.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Shoot him, Kevin! Hey, Skydoodle. Thanks for the alert. You're moderated. Can you... Oh, look at that. It wasn't published to chat. Alright. Why is that so little speed? I must have been getting that much speed out of it. Yeah, losing 12. That's yeah, that's a good point. I just want to make sure that that's the fastest that I have. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that he had the fastest possible equipped. I really want this guy to be good. I just need to get him faster. Don't know what has been talked about so far, but my main concerns with the changes to Hydra are for early to mid game players. We talked about this a little bit, Andrew. And so, one of my, and I understand those concerns. I think the biggest concern that was of relevance to me was a clan member or a clan leader rather, who expressed that with the changes, even just the turn meter change, taking out those 500 turn meters, he will no longer be able to kill hard Hydra alone for his clan. Maybe not completely alone, but he won't be able to kill hard Hydra, which would mean that his clan doesn't get double chest. That sucks, right? That's unfortunate for his clan. And he's confident in that because he needs to go right up to 1,500 turns to even get close. So, my one point that I want to make for you, Andrew, and I don't know how long you've been watching my channel or if you've watched any of my content. But I was able to get 1.66 within the first 2 months of playing on a brand new account. I did have Ninja, but you know, I was able to squeeze that out pretty easily. Now, this is a 1 year completely free to play account, and I have been able to do 140 million a few times, provided that I do my stuff ahead of time, and sometimes I have to do it on normal. But I don't think I'll be able to hit 140 million with the changes anymore. But I also think that new teams will develop, and I hate to say this because it's insane to say something like this, but I hope that Raid or Plarium will identify the fact that some teams are getting punished inadvertently and that maybe they reduce these point values a little bit. Hola, Roadblock, just stopping by to say have a good stream. Thank you, Flakes. What's up, Scribble? What's up, Nick? Man, just a whole massive influx of you guys all at once. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm not worried about my main, but I only just started to hit Brutal. Yeah, like I think my main team is actually going to be really good now. Because my main team has Acrizia, and I think Acrizia is going to be really good. I might take the Thor out and put Newt back in, but we'll do testing and see what happens, right? But on my free-to-play, I think my hard team will still work. I think I'm going to have a shorter run, but, you know, we just have to feel it out and see. But yeah, I feel personally, I feel that so you said you just started doing Brutal. Are you at least getting your, 30 million on Brutal? Let's see. Okay. But to get 32 mil to get Hydra chest will be challenging and make a lot of players not even try to get the damage. Just to be clear, because you're saying 32, you're talking about Hydra Clash damage, the 35 million? Um, maybe I'm out of touch, and I am willing to accept that. That because this is something I get mad at a lot of content creators for, is that sometimes they're out of touch with the reality of what it's like to be a lower level player. Like so many content creators are like, I mean, yeah, it's hard to get tag team arena, but it's not that bad. It's like it's that bad, man. But that's an argument for another day. But I think when it comes to Hydra and getting 35 million damage, okay, people who can already do it will be fine, but it's the newer players that won't be able to do it. You know what? Here's what I think is going to happen. You're about to have an influx of content creators making Hydra content again. Right? Because all these new players are going to need to know how to properly beat it. Right? Because it's super misleading. If you go to Google Hydra teams, let's just do it. Hydra clan boss team. What comes up? Okay, that's a bad time to do it, but because it's just drama. But yeah, okay. So top 20 Hydra clan boss nukers, right? Mythical, Trunda, we know that. Wallmaster, new legendary. Oboro teams would I'm surprised to see how they go. Varl, only achievable, right? Like these are all end game stuff. Ninja, some people still don't have him, if they took a break at the wrong time. Void legendary, mythical, another void legendary coming up. I think I saw. I may have skipped over him, but I think I saw Turvold in there somewhere. Mythical, void legendary. I know I'm skipping through a lot of these guys. Oh, Razzlefarg's in there. Look at that. Okay. The point that I'm making here is that there's no content for new players. There's about to be a lot of content for new players because that's what players are going to be wanting. They're going to want the content. And okay, well, how do I do Hydra? Right? And so that's why I'm saying is videos about building teams like this one. Yes, I have a newt, but everybody may not have a newt. I get that, but there will be suggestions for teams that can be built that can function without, um, you know, hearing about the mythical champions that are so good, the void legendary champions that are so good in Hydra. And so I'm hopeful that we'll get back to a point where, because most of these top end teams are just not doing mechanics and they're just like, well, if I kill the heads before they remove all my debuffs or whatever or place poison cloud, then it doesn't matter, right? And so that's the content that you're getting. So gone are the days of people being like, build Inquisitor Shamael, right? Or, you bringing Veil or Ugo's, So I'm not saying I'm not saying you're wrong, because we don't know. Anything is possible. Once they start testing and see the reality of this stuff, absolutely newer players could be screwed. But I don't personally see it, right? Because I feel like you're going to lose an extra amount of damage that you could do on the heads that just spawned. I totally get that. And yes, your champions are going to get eaten, so you can't use Taunt. But I'm not using... Here, let me run this team. Most players, and I have been playing for a year and a half, do not care about the high-end teams. They don't have the heroes or gear to do it. They just care about getting their 1.6 million first, then 35. No, I agree with you. My point is, for those that want to hit that 35 million, who's making content for them at this point? No disrespect to content creators, but that's not what people want to see, the big numbers, the Trund teams, right? So those content creators are disincentivized to build those teams. But this team is a team that is designed to do mechanics. Right? I'm placing Hex. I don't even have to do Provoke right now, which is really bad time for me to try and talk about this. But, you know, the Provoke head's not there. But you saw, instinctively, I went to Provoke it. But bringing block buffs, you know, like the content out there telling you about how important block buffs is, how important Hex is, how important Cleanse is, or Inquisitor Shamael is, or how important Provoke is. Like, this content, I don't think people have been making it that much. Because if you Google right now, the first video that came up was top 20 damage dealers, and they're all mythicals and void legendaries, with a few mixed in. My hope, and this is a hope, is that more content will come out with teams like this basically telling you, or telling new players, not you, but telling new players, hey, this fight is doable if you manage this particular mechanic. Right? Like there, right there. That's something that, I mean, I know that is talked about in videos, but your Mischief tank, right? Oops, I don't know why I hit there. But I could be completely wrong. And I will be the first one, if I am wrong about this stuff and I end up looking like a fool, I'll be the first one to be like, hey, I was wrong. You're right, guys. I had hopes that this wouldn't be something stupid, and I was wrong. I get it. Provoke, block buffs, cleanse, and damage are important, but most players have to use the champs they have built. They don't have the resources to build specific Hydra teams. They just use what they have. Totally get it. This is a 1-year free-to-play account. You know, I'm lucky enough to get champions that have filled a specific role. But again, going back to my Ninja account that I just finished on, within 2 months, I was able to hit that 1.6 million. So we got to remember a couple of things. Because we don't want to forget the fact that power creep is a real thing. And so if you think back to how hard Hydra was, 2 years ago, absolutely. But now we have empowerment for epics. You know, we understand clan boss is the priority, so we're getting frequent books and shards, and we're getting champions at a faster rate than we ever have before. You know, like, there's a lot of differences in the game now for new players. So obviously for people right now that still can't do it, yeah, that's going to be a problem. I don't have a solution for that, but Only time will tell, and I hope that I'm right, because I think it's going to be good for the game if I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I will be the first person to say, I'm wrong. I was wrong. This was terrible. It was the end of days, and I was just too naive to see it. I hope it's not the case. But, you know. And, like, even this has been a very, very bad run for me. So far. But here's the reason I wanted to run this. And I haven't killed... Oh, I can't even target it right now. Maybe I get lucky? No. Alright, there we go. Those poisons will be a problem, but it is what it is right now. Yeah. Oh, the counterattack's gone. I have resistance, but it's just on my one champion, and they didn't get targeted, and it sucks. Resistance auras, that's fair. I'll give you that. I mean, it would also help if I wasn't dumb and used Nute too greedily.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Shoot him, Kevin! Thank you for the follow, Nate's. Oh, I don't have my Twitch up. I'm sorry, guys, if you were talking at me. All right, Meta. Freak said a couple things. Let me catch up here. I apologize, guys. Are players able to complete all 3 rotations of Hard Doom Tower through level 120? Because if not, then you're worried about performance in Hydra when you're not developed enough to try to excel there. Hydra unlocks too early, in my opinion. Players' expectations for success are out of proportion for when they arrive at the content. I agree with that. You make a great point about the lack of content for mid-level players. Most content about the last few Fusion champs that had Hex. I have 2 accounts, Nate. I am free to play on this account that you're watching right now. Most content about the last few Fusion champs that had Hex was that they were meh, but they were meh for late endgame. They are awesome champs for mid-game players. Yeah. Yeah. And Thor. Like, you know, Thor is really, really solid. I really need to get a Hex on this head. Oh, well, that's not going to help. I do agree. That's a possibility, Vodka. Good discussion, but I think the updates are bad for the game because it makes it more difficult to reach the lower thresholds. If I am wrong, then I will be first to come on in a minute. Exactly. I feel the same way in the opposite direction. I feel like... I mean, what is the definition of, you know... Who are the players that we're talking about? Right? You talk about the 1-year free-to-players that can, you know, barely do Hydra. I personally feel like they're going to be okay because this is what we're looking at, right? All right, this run is cooked anyways. But are we talking about people that have been playing the game for 2 months and can barely squeak out the 1.6 million damage like I did with my like, okay, I wish I could log into the my Ninja account. So I might message the guy and see if he'll let me get on it because I gave it away. Like, I had an account, Ninja, free to play Ninja Block, right? So this was a short-lived video series that I did on my channel where I started an account using Ninja, who was a promo code, right? We all knew about that, right? And the specifics was to focus on how quickly can you progress in the game using Ninja. And so using Ninja, Kale, a Venomage, I can look up the video if I need to, but I was able to beat or do 1.6 million on normal Hydra, 2 different rotations, right? Now I had a few advantages, and that's all discussed in the series. I'm not trying to rehash the whole series, but if you're talking about those players, I shouldn't have even been in Hydra. I shouldn't have been able to do that in the first place, right? If you're talking about people that have been playing for a year, free to play, like this is a 1 year free to play account. Like we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days now, right? So a year and a half, year and 1 month, year and a half of a month. And consistently I've been able to do 140. I agree. I won't be able to do the 140 after the nerfs, but that 35 million target, I think players should be able to do that. Now, if they're super casual and they're not as progressed as this particular account, and this account has been extremely lucky with champions. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat that, right? But I'll put it this way. If they have Mithrala, I feel very confident, provided they are building their Mithrala the right way, that they should be able to achieve that 35 million damage. Maybe they have to do it in normal, but this team that you just saw can hit 140 million in normal. The one that just kind of screwed up on, I was doing that on hard, and I'm talking while I play, and that never works out for me. And so... And I get not everybody has a roster like this. I totally understand that too. There's so many factors that go into this conversation. But my question is, looking at this team and how this team is designed to perform, we'll do it on normal. Where are the changes affecting this team? What will I not be able to do with this team that I can do now that I won't be able to do when the changes come out? This run's going to go a lot better, so as this run continues, I'll show you what I'm talking about. No, I'll be safe. This would not be an issue if there was no threshold to get chests in Hydra Clash. If you can get 1 chest, you should be able to get the rewards in Hydra Clash. Then issue solved. Fair enough. Once the team gets eaten 2 to 3 times... No, you guys are not understanding how the eat mechanic is changing. That mechanic doesn't start until you are down to a 2-turn devour. Let me pull up the infographic here. That's something that a lot of people I think are getting wrong, and that's what's scaring people. But you're incorrect in your analysis. No, that's Decapitated and Serpent's Will. That's not it. I grabbed the wrong one. Mark of the Hydra. Threat escalation. Each subsequent time a champion is marked, the countdown until devouring decreases by 1 turn to a minimum of 2 turns. Each subsequent time a champion is devoured, the digesting countdown decreases by 1 turn to a minimum of 2 turns. Right? Blah, 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 blah. Decreases by 1 turn to a minimum of 2 turns. Each subsequent time decreases by 1 turn to a minimum of 2 turns. So, like, this is the same. The difference is that the HP requirement to free them, once you get down to 2 turns, goes up. Here's the, like, reality, is that when I get to 2-turn devours with this team, I get 1, maybe 2 turns. You're still getting 1, maybe 2 turns. Or 2 devours, not turns, 2 devours. Like I said, I plan to work with Dark Ethel and a team for hard using her as a main damage dealer. Start with a 5, then a 4, then a 3, then a 2. Yeah, exactly. Then the second 2, it starts growing the amount of health you have to kill. Can I ask? Your clash points 140 mil, or are you getting 140 million damage? So this team sometimes can do 70 million on hard. But this team will definitely do 140 million on normal. So I use it mostly on normal because I can guarantee the damage. If I do it on hard, I have to try it 1 or 2 times. And so I just would rather take the 140 to get the rewards. So I take the guaranteed route. Now, will I be able to do that with 500 turns less? I don't think so. So there's another part of it, right? And again, this all is dictated by rotation and everything as well. I generally see players build champs too slow. They overload their tanks and supports with HP and defense and even resistance. They overload their nukers with damage stats, and they suffer from their low speeds across the board. So it's the 5th champion eaten. But that's fine because everyone else has less turns as well. Everyone has less turns. No, it would impact me. There are certainly, like I'm in agreement that I'm trying to find the right words. I am fine with everyone having less turns. Is it going to mean that I don't get the second chest? Very likely I don't get that. Very likely I do not hit that 140 million mark. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad about it. Now, this is a personal choice. This is in no way how other people should feel. I am not mad about it because I don't have to spend 2 hours doing Hydra anymore. Which is the case with this team. Some people wanted to go to 500 turns. Here's the thing. If it's going to go to 500 turns, you got to lower those total points, right? Some people are worried that if they lose the extra turns, that they won't be able to hit their damage requirement to get the Hydra Clash bonus chests. It's a weird trade-off, right? Because you also have to win or get 3rd place or higher in Hydra Clash to even get those chests, which can be frustrating when that doesn't happen. So now you have like I wouldn't even say better chance of winning because the nerf happened to everybody, but you know, you're not going to go up against crazy billion, like we I think first place last week was like 60. Some guy had like 60 billion on his Trunda team by himself. Or did we get first place? Brad, did we get first place because you were a god, or did Did we get second? I feel like we got second. No, we got first because I got the Hydra banner that Vodka doesn't have. Just so you guys know. Hey, guys, just so you know, real quick. Really, really quickly. This is very important. This is more important than anything else that we're talking about right now. Vodka doesn't have this. Vodka just unsubscribed. My 5 minutes of being able to hold something over Vodka. Oh, okay. This is what I wanted to point out real quick. Wait, you are in the minority. I don't have 2 hours to do Hydra Run. I don't do live arena. There are too many modes that take up too much time. Completely agree with that. I don't do live arena because live arena reset is in the middle of my the bedtime routine with my daughter. So reset for me and my time zone happens at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is bath time, 9 p.m. is bedtime. And I'm basically with my daughter until 9 o'clock. And then I stream at 9:30. And so I'm usually like tonight, I grabbed a snack, grabbed a drink, watched 20 minutes of a video, and then I started prepping for stream. And so it's a personal choice, right? I have priorities. And I prioritize clan or Hydra more than I prioritize live arena. I can also do this on my schedule, and I don't have to do it on Plarium's schedule. So I agree with you that live arena, there's too much to do. You're quitting the game? I'm really sorry, Sirius. I really am sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear it for so many people that are quitting. I truly, truly, in my gut and my heart, believe that this is not going to be as bad as everyone's making it out to be. I really feel that way. But this is kind of what I'm talking, right? So this amount of damage is what I would have lost. If this was new Hydra, because no one's been devoured yet, so that mechanic isn't a factor. This amount of damage is what I lose in new Hydra. So far, right? More damage is coming to this head. I'm not saying that's the only, but he's about to take the turn, and this buff's about to come off, right? So that's the amount of damage that I'm losing. And that's not insignificant. Like, I get that there's significance there, but I want to let people visualize it, because you're acting like it's the end of the world, and it's like, this is it. That's the only thing that impacts me on this team so far. And if I can manage to take this, if I can stop talking long enough to take this to 1,000 turns and get the warning, you guys will see. Damn it. Thank you, Godseeker. Godseeker actually has a role in this team. Oh, 1,000%. Oh, you give me too much credit, Andrew. If I was to neglect the time with my daughter, my wife would murder me in my sleep. So, it's fear that drives me, not responsibility. But no. All jokes aside, my daughter is extremely important to me, and I value those. You know, as frustrating as those 2 hours can be sometimes, it is important. Wait, sorry. No. I'm saying for me, if I can make it to 1,000 turns, we can analyze the reality of how that would impact me, right? Because this team, I know for a fact, is capable of doing 140 million, right? So because I know that, we can use this as information to analyze. And so again, this is damage lost. I will not be able to do this damage in the new mode. But let's also recognize that I killed 3 heads. Well, so 1 at a time is going to come back. So we don't really know the impact of that. I'm just trying to put people's fears at ease as best I can, because I think people are making decisions based on everyone else's fear. And I'm trying to be the voice of reason a little bit and say, wait and see. That's really my message, is wait and see. So why didn't Plarium change the reward structure to mitigate the damage lost? Because they're dumb? I'm no friend of Plarium. I am not in the content creator program. I can speak my mind. They should reduce those numbers. Absolutely, they should. I think it's Plarium, so they're not going to do this, but I'd like to think that they will reduce them. No one trusts Plariums to do right. Exactly. I don't even trust Plarium to do right by the player base. Yeah, that's the part I'm disappointed about. Plarium is the evil empire. They do as they please. Yeah. No, I agree. They should reduce the totals that are necessary to get those Hydra clashes. But again, we also need to take a step back and understand that Hydra Clash is intended to be late game stuff. You know, I don't think they want you to be able to walk in and put up, 30, 20 million, 6 million, and get Hydra Clash rewards. Do I think it's right that they have now reduced it so a bunch of people that could do it can no longer do it? No. And that's not what I'm saying. But I do want to point out that in their mind, I'm playing devil's advocate, but I'm not necessarily defending them. They probably think about it like, well, it's super end game content anyways, so those people don't care about it yet. And they're just wrong. Not for Hydra. I pulled so many shards, and I didn't get any burn champ for Spider, any good champ for Spider Den, any good champ for Fire Knight, and for Clan Boss to go for Nightmare and Ultra. Well, not serious. I am very sorry that you did not get anything good from shards today. I would say, and I don't know your account. I don't know if you're free to play. I know you've been in my chat many times, but I don't know your exact situation. I would say, though, without knowing, if you were not close to Mercy, now is not the best time to pull shards. And the only reason I bring that up is because I have found that a lot of players that I do takeovers for and are maybe more lackadaisical with their... So this wouldn't... No, I think this could still happen. These 3 heads like this could still happen in the new mode. So now I'm forced to attack the Fear Head. But I see it a lot when I do account takeovers that people are very lackadaisical with their shards and they don't save for 2x. And I stand by the fact that I think that's better for your account early game, and the proof is in the pudding with the champions that I've pulled on this account during 2x. But I have also gotten very lucky. Is it 3 times I've gotten lucky on 1+1s on this account? Is that right? I got Teox on a 1+1. I got Newt on a 1+1. And then I got 1+1 today. So I've hit at least 3 1+1s on this account in a year. So there is some luck for me on this account for sure. And 2 of those 1+1s I hit really good champions. I didn't pull today. In 1 month of playing, well, yeah, you only been playing for 1 month, my guy. You want to know how many good champions I pulled on my Ninja account in 2 months? I pulled like 4 or 5. and I struggled to get stage 13 of Fire Knight because I didn't have anybody good for Fire Knight. This is meant to be a long game. But hey, it's probably not the right game for you, respectfully, right? Because, you know, if you're frustrated at the 1 month mark and not pulling anything good, I agree. Like, that's probably not the right game for you. This is a long form game, very, very long form. And I know it's not for everybody. I run into this all the time when I try to convince friends to play it. Yeah. That sucks, man. That's a lot of money on shards, but I've been there. On my main account, I've been there. Change that 5 to a 0 and put another one after it, and I've been there. My first legendary on my main was Syl at day 180. Oh, yeah, you played way back when, right? So you played before they probably did free login legendaries, huh? If you didn't use the Ninja promo code for a new account and you don't use the Sun Wukong promo code for a new account, it's a rough time to start a new account. Loki is not bringing enough for new accounts. It is such a different game. I didn't play back then, but it's interesting for me to think about what it would have been like back in the day.
Shoot him, Kevin!
Hey, Jay the Red, thank you for the follow. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I know. Ninja doesn't work. You got any longer. Yeah, but that's good that you have Wukong. I think what you need to do, and I mean, I don't know if you've ever been interested in an account takeover. Oh, wait. Didn't you want an account takeover? I might be confusing you with somebody else, but I know somebody wanted an account takeover, but they weren't able to go through with it in the end. But yeah, Wukong. So this account, I got Wukong on day 7 of this account. Like, I started this account during the Wukong login event. And Wukong is so freaking good. Just plain and simple. Just outright, he was good. He was in my clan boss team. He was in like every team that I had. And I would actually say that there were some areas where Wukong helped me out more than Ninja did when I had him. That wasn't you that wanted to take over? Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably not going to take this all the way to 140 million. At least not tonight. I don't think I'm going to be streaming for too much long. Well, no, I'll probably go till midnight tonight. But the main thing I wanted to show, though, was how much damage I was actually losing to the new mechanics. And getting to 1,000 turns is not going to happen, but... I do think the team can hit 1,000 turns. I can't remember. I don't think I would hit 1,500. I think after I got to 1,000 turns was right around when I started getting heads or getting champions eaten in 2-turn intervals, and I couldn't free them anymore. And so it's usually coincides with when I fail. And that was kind of my point. That was the point that I wanted to get across to a lot of people, is like, are you really surviving that much longer after your guys start getting eaten? I know the high-end players are, but like for lower level accounts, I can't keep freeing people when they're getting eaten every you know, or I only have 2 turns to free them. So, but hey, you know, I want to say, and I want to give a real quick shout out to the chat tonight for being like, this is a contentious topic for a lot of people, and I really appreciate having a calm, cool, and collected debate about it. Oh, this would not have happened, by the way, because I think both of these heads came back at the same time. So one of these heads I would be able to hit right now. And I think that's actually a very significant change. They're gonna steal. There we go. Okay, yeah. I'm safe to actually use AoEs now because I have a mischief tank that's working. Ooh, provoker, finally. Oh. Like I said, I was safe to do that. Well, now I actually am, because nobody has more buffs than Mithrala. Except for Godseeker. Gotta provoke here. I need... And now Rabbit has more buffs, and so does Newt. I have no good targets to hit. Bro, I've totally got your back. No, I don't want it to be a situation. I don't want people to agree with me just because they like me. I'm very... I can't get the words out, and I apologize. Breathe. It really upset me to, as a clan leader who is very passionate about his clan, it really upset me to hear of other clans, big and small, that were falling apart because of what was going on, when I think it is nowhere near that bad. Now, if this was the straw for some people, I completely respect that, and I respect their decision. But if they are basing their decision on the people that are screaming at the top of their lungs that this is the end of the game and that this was the worst decision that Plarium has ever made and all of these things. A, we don't know yet. And B, I think they're wrong. So new Hydra team for hard. Mithrala, War Chief, Dark Athel, Ugo, Thea, and High Mother Maud. This sounds fun. This sounds interesting. Do you not have enemy max HP champions? I mean, I think enemy max HP champions just got a huge buff. Maybe buff is the incorrect word, but I think their value has gone up significantly. Dude, this guy does not like the rabbit. Like, he's just beating up on the rabbit every chance he gets. Well, you pulled them just now. That's what. 35. Hold on. Maybe you mean not one usable epic. It might be possible. I could be wrong. So 35 shards. So after 20, you have a default 8% chance, and it goes up by 2. Assuming you were on 0 mercy per second, right? So after 20, you did 15. So then 8 plus 2. So we'll say that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's possible. You had a 36% chance. Your luck is god-awful, but it's possible. And I'm looking for more they suck champions. That's why those 2% increases suck. It's the same reason why it sucks on Sacreds. The mercy on Sacred is terrible. Because you can go up to like 40-some Sacreds and not pull anything. Yeah, but the rabbit being down is not a problem. That's why I bring... In fact, I probably just messed up. Because I think she just took her... No, she didn't. Okay. I have to provoke here. Almost got in trouble. Almost forgot about provoke there. That's the only reason Godseeker is on this team. She actually acts as like a mini buff remover, buff stripper. But the only reason she's on the team is to revive the rabbit. Because I'd rather build him for damage than for a little bit of extra survivability. Oh, this whole game. Okay. There is no mercy on Sacreds. It's a lie. The cake is a lie. Wait, did I do exactly what I said I shouldn't do? Oh, it was on cooldown, wasn't it? Love it when he targets Wixwell. No, I did. I forgot to revive the bunny. I literally told you guys I have to remember to revive the bunny, and then I just didn't do it. I gotta speed my Ugo up, man. Like, oh, affinity. That's why it's never up on that head. That's why I'm having such a hard time. Might be worth it to bring Wukong, but then I wouldn't have a decreased defense. I could bring both, I suppose. Bring Wukong instead of Bunny. I lose increased speed and leech. You know what gets really, really crazy to me, Vodka, and this is what I love about, or I don't love, but when you think about the math on some of this, you ever hit, and I know you probably have because you've been playing forever, that 122 mark on ancient shards, or 222 mark on ancient shards. I've hit that before. You have to have reverse luck in order to pull that off. And if y'all don't understand what I'm talking about here, as your mercy builds up, right? You might have to go all the way to like 130 ancient shards, or 230 ancient shards. Sorry, I keep saying one. To go all the way to 230 ancient shards, you probably have an 80% chance to pull a legendary, and then you hit the negative luck. Right? You hit the 1% or the 20%, but you did it in the wrong way. Like, you did it to not get the legendary. I just hit it. You got Nogdor and Drex. For those of you just joining us, I did hit on both accounts tonight. Unfortunately, I did not record them, and unfortunately, they were really bad champions. But I did hit. Mercy on Sacreds only hits 50-50 coin flip at Shard 34. Most people have no idea. Yeah. No, it's bad. That Mercy system is real bad. That's why they tell you not to do 1+1 on Sacreds. But I still do it. So, Skydoodle said, once you replace Newt by Thor, this team will go great on hard. I know we talked about that. I agree, but with the nerfs, I don't know that Thor is still to play. I wonder. I think he still would be. That's the other thing I wanted to say. I'm not doing enough damage to these dead heads to kill them a second time, just to be clear. Like, that's something that I think people are also freaked out about, and it's like, an account of this level, I am not killing those heads before they revive a second time. So I'm not speeding up how they revive. So then all the turn stuff and everything I've been doing is the exact same. The only damage that I think I lose with this team in the new Hydra rules is that little sliver of damage when they're 75% damage reduction. You are who these things are for. I'm not trying to calm you down. You want to quit? See you later. But it's the new people, the lower level people that are freaking out, that are quitting. I don't know why I'm still doing this Hydra. I'm not going to save it. Your Rathalos will take a big hit. Yeah, and I wonder if I'm going to take a big hit because I really wanted to build Thor for this, for Hydra in particular. And I'm really worried that that he's not going to do great. Anymore. He's still going to be really good for my account. Oh. I did get a personal best on that account. Posted it just now in your Discord. On Nightmare? Wow. I think Archer's value went up a lot too, since people need to do mechanics again. So you know what they need to do to calm everybody down? Hey, the next fusion is hang on. So let's say who needs it? Let's say Knight's Rev. Maybe not. Orcs. The new fusion is an orc with a 2-turn provoke and hex. Archer King. Make it a male. Everybody would rejoice. Today I watched a content creator put a quad roll speed supersonic weapon on Jizzo. Such a waste. Alright, y'all need to make me understand. It's a great time to do it. Y'all need to make me understand supersonic here. I know that sounds crazy, because I know it's good. Where the hell is she? Am I blind? Okay. Attack the Wenderin for Spider. Beardall Full Hammer for Fire Knight. And White Dryad Nia is so good, dude. But yeah, seriously, if this is a pet peeve of mine, and I mean no disrespect by it, but if you are pulling shards right now, voids especially, that's why you're never getting champions. You don't have the patience on shards. You need to have that patience on shards. Well, good morning, Mikolash. How you doing? Why look at Arbiter? See, okay. Because I want my Arbiter to be as fast as possible. Is Supersonic not like who am I putting Supersonic on? So with 4-piece, Armand's gets 24% turn meter if Sithy buffs up. Okay. Armand's Warlord. Would Basher be in that as well? I know Basher's out of the meta, but I'm talking about for a specific team. And if you give 9 piece to Arbiter, she gives your team more turn meter. True. I don't know if I have the accessories to go 9 piece though. I do not. No speed on this either, which sucks. 9 piece isn't worth it, says Vodka. Dude, I don't have a single piece of supersonic on beasts or skinwalkers. No shot. Even equipped? I mean, okay, I guess I don't have a lot of it on anybody, but like there's 2 supersonic there. I guess to have 0 is annoying. Like there's 2 supersonic there. 1 there. Okay, none here. Good night, Titanic. You have a good night. Nah, you're fine, not serious. I appreciate the offer, but I don't need to do any more account giveaways. The people that get the accounts never play them anyways. Armand's at 360 speed, goes ahead of 450 speed enemies in supersonic. Instant win for endgame Krakens. Okay, hold up. Wait. No, I want to go all the way up. Okay. 1 piece of supersonic with no AC. Nope. All right, so 4 piece. You've got a 4 piece on him. So what about Bolent, Free Walker? I don't mean to get off of Armand's, but I'm really trying to make this guy work a little bit. And I've theory crafted a few teams. But I'm thinking about like a Bolent. So the team that I'm currently running, and we're going to play with this a bit when I get a little bit more silver, but the team that I'm currently running that is the Beast team is this one. But he's going to come out. So I don't need him. He's redundant. Yeah, so he's already built. He's my. Is he my second fastest, or is Armand? Yeah, he's my. Bolent is my second fastest champion on this account, and he's only. Actually, no. Mikage's faster. Yeah, Mikage's 348. So he's 337 speed. So my question to you guys is putting him in the 4-piece set making him faster even though his outright speed is lower because of the passive. But maybe I go 5-piece just to make it complete. No, because I still lose more speed than that. Like, this is the part that always trips me up, right? Because I feel like in order to make supersonic work, and granted, I have a lot more pieces that I could level up. Like, it doesn't have to be these ones. Okay. Well, and the good news is my Basher is quite slow. Not quite slow, but he's not Bolent speed. Because he had to take the hand-me-downs. The problem is that Basher needs more accuracy, though. Because Bolent can ignore resistance. I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. I'd roll every supersonic piece to 8 that has speed. Yeah. Next fusion where I do artifact enhancement, I'm just doing supersonic gear. This can save you against Siphi, I believe. If I had the supersonic on Bolent. Oh, I got a soul on him, by the way, so I have level 1 intimidating presence, and he has all his masteries now. Because really, speed is the problem. He's landing the stun consistently and getting the buff strip, too. Like, I'm even getting a lot of stone skin taken away. I do feel like it's a little redundant having Basher, but Basher just makes me feel safer. And then I really want to use Nishak in it, too, instead. But Nishak needs a rebuild really bad. I haven't touched him in months. So he's in real bad shape. I already put one new piece on him, as you can see. Actually, 2 new pieces. These 2 I put on, but his accuracy is low at 406. He's only 189 speed. And I don't really know how much attack I should be targeting. Absolutely grats on the Freya. I just feel bad that it had to take you to the last one to get her. Also, I didn't even think about... Are they hits or places? Attack? Attack. Nice. So this is actually... He gets extra chances to stun there, too. And I don't know how this stun works. Because it's not gear. Is it based on Bolent's accuracy? 9k attack, 500 accuracy, 200 to 220 speed. I feel like that's doable. I got really lucky on the rerolls on this chest, but this is a great chest for a Nishak, right? I just got to get attack percent roll. And like all of these could get attack. This could get attack percent instead of crit damage. I don't think I'd need the accuracy, but if I did, I could swap this out. What I want to do I would like to do a Bolent into Lori, or sorry, Bolent is the lead, but Loriaka super fast for turn meter fill. Right, so she would help me go first. Then Bolent would go. Then Nishak into Wukong, essentially. And Nishak's just kind of there to kill Stone Skins. The downside to this, actually the downside to any of the teams I'm running, I do not have in Skinwalkers. I do not have an increase attack. Except for Hoferes. Why Wukong first? Or you mean Wukong before Nishak? Bolent does that. Now, he would be a second stripper, yes. Yeah, but Bolent, with one faction ally, Bolent, when his stun ability that he uses is also a buff strip if I have one faction ally. And then if I have 3 faction allies, this skill will ignore 50% of their resistance. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 15% for each stun debuff. So if he doesn't weak hit, by the way, that's a 2 times hitter with a 100% chance. And it actually works a lot like Armand's because it's a 2 times hitter and he can place the stun. He'll replace the existing stun on people he already stunned. So usually if Bolent goes first, I also then get to place the decreased defense. Which is funny. And he has an additional 10% chance of placing a stun. Or maybe that's only ally. But usually when they say when an ally hits, it usually counts themselves, doesn't it? I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I think Bolent's really good. And I want to make him work really, really badly. Like, I could even take it one step further if I needed to. In fact, it's probably safer if I really want to go all in on Nishak. And just go Loriaka into Bolent, into Basher, into Nishak. And just say Nishak is my damage. Bombs are it. I'm going bomb damage. That's it. And again, this is a 2 times hitter. I have 2 chances to remove buffs. The downside is polymorph. That's what I would do. But Live Arena and Nishak would get banned. But in Live Arena, I could put Nishak and Wukong in that 5-5 combo. Right? And then you say, oh, okay, well, then they ban Bolent. And it's like, well, then I use Nishak's, or I use Wukong as my lead. But I would want Stone Skin on either. I can't hit the speeds I need for Bolent to be effective with Stone Skin, unfortunately, on this account. But this is why I'm trying to better understand how Supersonic could change the outcome or the fate of this concept. Oh, Stone Skin for Wukong or Nishak? Yeah. Yeah, that's what started this conversation, was me discussing how would I work Supersonic into this. And the increased accuracy. The problem, again, and this is really concerning for my Nishak in particular, is that I do not have an increased attack on at all in my... I keep wanting to call them Beastwalkers, but within my Skinwalkers. I was going to say, I don't think they have any good increased attack. It always comes back to the panda. Damn, Panda would be really good. Never mind. I mean, not terrible. You could still enfeeble, but this one's not an AoE hit. Wait, in live arena, you pick Armands as 5th. No one in their right mind leaves Armands in, and you build both of the Justice strong. Anyway, that's my opinion. That's a fair assessment. I would give you that. I would build 4-piece Supersonic, 4-piece Pinpoint Bolant, a fast Loriaka, niche in Pinpoint Stone Skin. A2 is an AoE hit. Yeah, I know that is. I meant the Enfeeble's not an AoE hit. But I mean, I was just thinking that, you know, the increased attack and increased accuracy is really, really good for this team. And then I was like, oh, and then he would also bring in Feeble, but that doesn't work the way that I want it to. I don't have him on this account, so it's a moot point, but I was just trying to theory craft a little bit here. And then of course there's Marius. I am. Well, live arena is the problem now. But I'm pretty confident that I'm going to find a solution to the live arena problem here in a little bit. Even if I just have to keep losing and winning against bots, you know, just to get through it. But yeah, Marius is going to be a priority for me now. Okay. I could see your Georgia build. Was lucky enough to pull one and finally trying to build him up. Yeah, you can see it. I'm not proud of it, and I would say that you may want to I mean it's a typical nuker build is what I'll say. Now I'm at work and can be on both chats, so I can watch all you with your Skinwalker team paired with Armands, you'll dominate. Yeah, I think so too. I think I really like this Skinwalker team for live arena. Provided that I can build my Armands to actually be a solo Armands, because he's not. I can't keep up with the speeds that I feel like I need to be keeping up with on this account. But back to your Frobins, your question about Georgid. Yeah, typical nuker, Savage set. The reason that you really want Savage is just if you look at the skills. His passive, right? He has a 50% chance to ignore 50% of the target's defense, right? So that's just built into his kit. So with this 50, and then you have 25% ignore defense, that's 75 if it procs. And then with Helm Smasher, that's 100%. So if everything procs, and you've got a lot of 50-50s in there, but you're ignoring a ton of defense. The problem that I have with my Georgid is that he is in second-hand Savage gear. So I'm not I have way little attack on him right now. Way too little. I'm not rolling it again. And yeah, that's tough to do, but that would be a more ideal setup. Wait, sorry. I don't know if we're talking about my Skinwalker or my Oh, never mind. You're talking to Frobin still. Got it. Okay, you'd want to build Savage Stone Skin, 240 speedish. Yeah, 300% or 300 plus crit damage, 7k plus attack. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I would want as well. You know what I haven't done is taken a long look at Stone Skin. Damn. I was hoping to get crit damage on it. Yeah, don't quite have the Savage gear to make that work yet, but definitely something I'm going to work towards. Yeah, I'm going to be real. Here, I'll just show you. His kit's great, but yeah, like that. If I come back in here and I do this same team, but with my main arena team that uses now granted I may not steal that stone skin this time, but I have other ways to deal with that. Like this. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong, he's going to come back, but I'm pretty sure my block damage will be up, and then I can do this to him. Only needed one person to live. And now I get to do to him what he just did to me, so. But yeah. That's the problem. Like, if Georgid's not built well, he could not kill somebody, and that sucks. Resistance is too high on your UDK. It's the same thing on mine. Well, I know yours is going to be much higher than my UDK, but... Wait. I legit thought my resistance was way higher on this UDK. Is it my main account or my free-to-play UDK that has a higher resistance? Yeah, much higher. 319 on this one. These are rookie numbers. I gotta pump these numbers up. Do I not have a stone skin resist banner? Aha, there they are. Please don't roll speed. Yay! What if I do this too? That's fine. I hate this. It always confuses the shit out of me. I'm hitting cancel. What do you like? Oh, it's the checkbox. Thank you. I got it. You guys are behind. You're on a delay. Relax. I figured it out. Let's see if I get some resistance here. Yeah, that sucks. I have resistance on everything too. I just haven't plussed it up. Most confusing message in Raid. It's so counterintuitive. Yeah. With the Hydra changes, I do think certain masteries should work to compensate for it. Yeah, they gotta figure something out. I know, like, I'm pretty confident in what I've been saying, but they're definitely gonna need to communicate some stuff, I feel like. I mean, 40 resistance could be a big deal. That's a lot of defense, though. I might have too much defense, possibly. Ah. Hey guys, Josh is here. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. I really am about to end stream, though. I wanted to end 10 minutes ago. 4240 is the ideal amount of defense. What's Vodka's defense? He is at 5.8k defense. And 859 speed. What the fuck? Wait, what? You mean resistance? I'm just kidding, Josh. No, you know I want everybody here, man. I love having everybody. Yeah, he definitely meant resistance. He typed speed, but he definitely meant resistance. Oh, man. Yeah, we're always talking speed. No, we're definitely gonna rebuild. I really want to make this Bullet team work. Not even just for live arena, just in general. Like that could be a really good tag team arena team for me, right? Because Bullet is just so good. And like, because it's a big problem for me as tag team arena right now. You can see, like, my win rate's not great. I don't want to take that team out though. I gotta figure out how to move some pieces around better here. Cause like I want to keep our Mons, right? Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I used it in siege defense. It is my siege defense team, and I think it's gonna be super strong. I'm using the rabbit for aura, because that's the downside. His aura doesn't work here, which bites the like that sucks dick. But and this is the one that uses Basher and Wukong. I'd really like to get Nishak in there, but I'm not. They're not built yet. You know, for now, I can always change this team, right? But Armand's instead of Mortu in Team 2 and use Armand's lead and merge Team 1 and 3. Yeah, I could just finally get away from Mortu. It's scary. And I know that this is like it's scary for me because my Mortu team is the one that actually wins all the time of my 3 teams. Damn. This doesn't give you enough information because I can't show you. I could probably do it on defense. So all right, Mortu is team 1. Oh well, I think I'm about to prove myself wrong because team 1 keeps losing. Even on my victories, team 1 lost. Well, Nishak into an obviously stone skin team makes a lot of sense why I would lose that. But I move my teams around for each attack, so I can't guarantee that. But like this, I know for a fact. So I'll tell you what: if you see a Wukong, my Mortu Macabre team is fighting it. So Mortu wins, Mortu wins, Mortu wins, Mortu wins. I don't know which team was Mortu here. I was this team because Nishak, because it has my what's his face. Mortu wins, Mortu wins, Mortu wins. Mortu wins. So like that's why it's scary. Because my Mortu Macabre team is like my like best team right now. If you put Armands in team, the Harima team and Bullet team are terrifying, and then you have Mikage, Tormund, Rhodos, Duchess lead. Yeah, got to build the Duchess properly though, right? That's the other thing. So we'll work on it. I think we'll pick a day. Let me get some silver, right? Like I have a lot of accessories to sell, and I can farm some stuff over the next couple days, right? Well, I'll be farming the event dungeon. But yeah, let me get some silver, and we'll do a stream, and we'll build. I really wanted to do this as a collab. I was thinking like people who I have connections with. Okay. I don't think, and this is and not in a bad way, I don't think Drock would do it. And the reason I say that is because it's a weak idea. Hey, come to my account and rebuild my tag team arena teams. Like I don't think that's like a fun original idea. Like I'd rather do something like I had an idea and I'll pitch it to him after the hurricane, right? Like it's not the right time. Yes, I do vodka. It's not the right time. Dude, you're going to hate me for this. I run Mortu, UDK, and Harima together. It's my best winning. It's my main team. It's my main arena team. Most people are running AoE hits these days. I'll just run a couple so you can see it in action. You can, you know. You're absolutely right. Like, Peril is not always my win con. I've built this team so that Peril is not necessarily the win condition every time. There's a Peril, by the way. Also, completely valid argument that these are just bad teams that I'm beating. And that's where I get torn. I don't know if any of you ever played Hearthstone. I've used this analogy in other videos and stuff, but they have cards that are called win more cards. So cards that would be really fun, but for you to get full value out of them, you already need to be ahead. And so really you're not it's not a win condition. It's just you've already won and you're just getting to have fun. Oh, I know. I think on my defense teams, it would make extremely good sense to take the Mortu team out of it. That's why he's losing on defense a lot. I get that. But on attack, I mean, I have really good luck. That's what I'm saying. On attack, I have really good luck with this team. Or not luck. It's not even luck. I have really good win rates with this team on attack. I'm not even really using Harima for her damage. Wait, sorry, let's go back. No offer hit has helped me design my teams and give me build ideas. For collab, I mean have him in Discord, like share screen and chat. No, yeah, like, no, okay, sorry, I didn't finish my point, and I apologize, I got distracted by Vodka's question, but, the reason that I don't... it's not a fun, original idea. And this is not an... I think... it's a time-consuming video with very low entertainment value, right? Lots of editing required, you know? It's not like two people having a conversation. I think it would be a better live on stream thing, right? That could be fun. That then I could maybe edit down into a video. That's an idea. So just try Armands as lead in that team instead of Mortu just once. No, I like. So you're absolutely right. I want to be clear. I'm telling. Sorry. I want to say the phrase that I started this with. It's just scary because this team wins so much. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do better without this team. I'm saying it's scary to get away from this team because it cooks on attack. No, I thought about maybe asking um, Gestel to do it. I think I have a good enough relationship with him that we could potentially do something. Um, oh, locked out. I was like, why didn't I cleanse there? He is. I've been watching his streams a lot lately. Not trying to build, you know, I just like watching him. Same thing with PJ. I feel so guilty because every time I go in and I'm just gonna stop saying I'm gonna start lurking because anytime I say hi, they shout me out and that's cool. But I feel bad that like I don't want it to seem like I'm just going into people's stuff to get shouted out. You know, like I'm going in to say hi. I know that that's a me thing and that I shouldn't be free. That I should appreciate the publicity and not be my paranoid self. But you know. I am who I am. Oh, was he really? That's cool. I'm glad that he was in here lurking. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. You guys should have. I don't know how much I want to talk about it. I get shouted on Kenpachi's stream every time I go in there, even though not streaming really in 2 years. Yeah. No joke, I enjoy just watching you more than others. PJ usually has a bunch of channels lurking. Yeah. Nah, like you guys should have massive I don't know I don't want to talk too much about this, right? These were like behind closed doors conversations, but I've talked to you guys at length about my mental health issues, right? And the difficulties that I tend to have. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, streaming as a profession, probably not the best idea for a person like me. But at the end of the day, it's what I like doing. But definitely had some issues going on today, throughout the day, and shout out to some other creators that I'm not, again, because these were behind closed door conversations, but shout out to a couple creators that actually, well, not even a couple, just one who really helped me today, plain and simple. I know you guys do, and I think I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. This is something that I struggle with. By the way, yeah, I think this team is gonna lose. This is one flaw in the team. Well, no, Mithrala's still there. I have to not kill Mithrala. I've told this story before on stream, but I want everybody to like me, right? So for my birthday one year, I had messaged, like I put it out on Facebook. I was super excited for my birthday, right? And so we were all going to go out to this bar, and I was very, very excited about this particular birthday. Not that story. Your blue, I can't read. It's like OB do maybe, but yeah, yeah. I was in the Air Force for 10 years. Um, what AFSC? Anyways, so we went out to a bar for my birthday, and I'm sitting there with at a table of my closest friends. I've got maybe like 10 people at this table, and I'm drunk. I'm getting super emotional, and I'm telling my friends who are sitting right there, nobody came to my birthday party. And they're like, we're right here. And I'm just like, you were crew chief? Got it. I was a 2W2. I was a nuclear weapons technician. And I'm sitting here telling my friends that nobody that I wanted to come came to my birthday party. It's like such a shitty thing to say. And I didn't realize it in the moment. And they're like, but we're right here. And I was like, no, I know you guys came, but none of the other people came. And so I wasn't saying that I didn't appreciate the people that were there. I was saying that I thought more people would come, but I'm too drunk to communicate that. My point in telling this story is to communicate. I'll be the most liked dead man ever. Yeah. My CB doc. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just a blue font. I use black backgrounds, so it was hard to read. Um, but yeah, my point and the reason I told that story was essentially to say um, that if I say anything that sounds like I don't appreciate the people that are
Shoot him, Kevin!
Thank you for the follow, Doc. That does not mean I don't appreciate you guys. When I get a bad comment and it makes me feel like I'm not a good streamer, I try really, really hard to tell myself that I have 30 to 40 people that are active in my YouTube streams and now Twitch streams telling me how much they love me, and I try to focus on that, but it's difficult. And that's usually where I get held up, right? You know, like I struggle to get over that mental burden that, you know, that this person said something and it affected me in the way that it did, which sucks. And I work really hard at that. I probably need medication to properly combat those issues, but that's a future me problem. Yeah, Doc, you're gonna love this one. So my entire career was all spent at one base, and it was Minot. I'm sure you've probably heard about Minot. That's why I only did 10 years. My wife is still active duty. Yeah. But like, if we throw the Bolent team in there as it is now, and let's just put Nishak in it. Let's just say forget Ragash. And just put the rat in there. Yup, sorry. I'm trying to go back. Now, we have orders. I'm not gonna say where, but you see that though? You see how he got 2 turns? The lockout really helped a lot. Yeah, in all seriousness, I will be pursuing some legitimate mental health help when I get to our next duty station. That's not where we currently are. I have no other way to put that. Yeah, that's the only thing is that I lose the speed battle a lot. And that's why I was getting so adamant about trying to get more speed on Bullet. Because we're just losing the speed battle so much. That's a huge strip from Wukong. Yeah, Stone Skin will be super helpful. I don't think Nishak does enough yet because he's not built properly. I think we win that one if it wasn't Nishak. I'm going to take him back out. And put Urgash back in. Mostly for the quad polymorph, to be completely honest with you. I want the 60 Saoirse for spite, but I also have Freya and Lydia to 60. Oh, was that just a straight up old, like a blender? I want to see how well it does. Good night. Oh, I forgot about... I was surprised to see them kill Harima. Okay, I had my vengeance. All right, well, I already went a half hour over, but yeah, so here's the plan. So Friday, so tomorrow night, I don't know what we're gonna do. Um, I guess we could, I don't know that I'll have enough silver by tomorrow night. What a shit roll. We'll come up with something to do tomorrow night, for sure. But next week on Tuesday, let me check my chat here. All right, Tuesday night, we're going to be doing another account takeover. I'll be taking Wednesday off, and I'm going to try to find a way to fit in a hockey game. Well, no, I should be able to watch hockey before stream most nights. So my streams, now that hockey season's going, there may be nights where I stream a little later to start. If it's a West Coast game, I probably don't stream. Wait. No, if it's a West Coast game, I either don't stream or I just skip it and I stream. But Yeah. All right, let me just double check a couple of things. Yeah, I did do that. Okay. On the free to play. Could get a bunch of energy. I think I really want pinpoint, so 1,000 though, that's gonna put me pretty low on this account. Um, yeah, but we do have Hydra. I don't know what else I'm going to be doing. Stage 14 of High Elf on Force. Oh, sweet. That's easy. I'll knock that out before I set up what we're going to run tonight. I'm going to hop off because I want to get to bed in the next 22 minutes. So I'm going to let this run, take the dog out. But yeah, tomorrow night, we'll do some, we'll figure, maybe, I don't think I'll have enough silver tomorrow night to rebuild these arena. Well, you know what, maybe we don't have to rebuild them. Maybe we rebuild the teams, but not necessarily the champions, right? And so we'll activate a 1 hour silver saver, and then we'll rebuild my teams on stream tomorrow. So that's what we'll do tomorrow. I respectfully request that Vodka and Skydoodle be here to help me not embarrass myself. And we'll come up with some tag team arena offense and defense teams, because that's my next priority now on my main account is tag team arena. I want to hit gold. Doesn't have to be gold high. I just want to hit gold. Yeah, I get the gif. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Legitimate shout out to the community around this channel, straight up. You all have just helped me a lot. All right, so I'm gonna take a note out of Drock's book. So I'm gonna end stream first on YouTube, and then I want everybody to go over to my Twitch, who's watching on YouTube right now. And we're gonna raid somebody on Twitch. So please go over to my Twitch. I'm going to end this stream on YouTube. We're going to go over to Twitch, and then we're going to raid somebody. And I already have a suggested person. Vodka has suggested somebody. So if you guys want to head on over there, I would appreciate it. So I'm going to go ahead and... Hold on. How do I don't think I can do it, actually. Because if I stop here... that may stop me on Twitch. I don't want to test it. I'm gonna... Let's do this. Let's test this. And see. And I just won't raid anyone tonight. Which is a shitty thing to do. But I gotta test how to do it. Because I may just have to keep them all running, which is fine. Whatever. Let's just go do it. Yeah. All right. So just go over there, please. We're gonna raid. Is it Carnage underscore? Is that what it is? Yes. Okay. All right. I've got him queued up here. Start the raid. And we're going to do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.